And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught downfield by Harrison. Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Sentinels are on the board first on the road here in L.A. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. And the tight end goes in motion left. Here's a 2nd and 7. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. I mean, look at this defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run the counter. Crawford has some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Now 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Operating from the gun. Stump. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Stump. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
A beautiful fake. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Crawford. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. Kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one. And I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Back to throw. Stump. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Jacobs again into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. The carry here for the big tight end, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Sentinels are once again back in front.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
The offense will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive. They watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Crawford. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
On third down, Crawford. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. And this one is incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half of the defense trying to cover him today. But they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Stump.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Crawford. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second and 9 now. Eluding the pressure right.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams have taken the lead.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got this downfield to McBride. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And what a big-time play there. 41 yards.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Sentinels have yet again retaken the lead.
Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense...
A beautiful spin and room to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Back to throw again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and he is all the way up past the 25.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw again. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Quentin Johnston
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Sentinels will extend their lead here just before halftime.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught, and he's got room. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for L.A. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On 1st down, Crawford. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
In motion comes the tight end left. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Puka Nacua, 28 yards. And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Looking to throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way in for the touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. Touchdown, Rams. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Johnston on the quick slant.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
17 yards there on 3rd down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he'll just get rid of it.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet...
Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Sentinels get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Crawford, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second and 6. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll give him the 1st down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Running is Jacobs. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 5. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Sentinels extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Patterson now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 18. And the Rams, first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one's going to fall incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing...
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Tokyo,
the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.